Hey everyone, happy first part of spring. The sorrels are gone. Okay, all right. You know the drill by now. All my veterans and hello to the newbies out there. Can you give me the comments, please?
Sure.
We have another full hour probably for you again today. We are going to go through a bunch of stuff for spring because we have 3 more months of spring. Hopefully, summer won't be here sooner, because sometimes we go right from winter to 80 degrees in spring for summer in Wisconsin. That can happen. Right now, I think we all want that. All right. So jump on, say hi. We have some prizes today. I'll tell you about the prizes first while you're all jumping on. We have some patterns that somebody has picked out, some of the things I will be showing today. And I bought you, yes, I bought this with my own money, no shop money, stickers. You see my shirt from Maker Valley? So 3 of you will be getting stickers too that says, "My machine is calling and I must sew." I just got like 6 more seams and I'm done with 1 more quilt. And I just didn't get it done because I've been sucked down the rabbit hole of Adobe Illustrator. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Oh, it's fun. I love it. I just want to do that for a while and not do anything else. But I can't do that. I must sew. All right. So let's see what we want to talk about first. Come on, Gloria.
Okay.
Let's get the announcements and the nitty gritty out of the way first. And then we will go on with what we have for you for spring.
Happy spring!
Yay!
We saw rabbits, lots of them.
Oh,
That's good. That
Yeah.
means spring's coming.
that means we only have 1 or 2 more snowstorms left.
And then your husband,
Yeah. What?
I said today, so any more snow? He goes, obviously you haven't been looking at the news. I go, no. Saturday,
Yeah.
snow.
Yeah, of course. My
Maybe up
husband
to 12
my
inches.
husband and the meteorologist are on first name
Yeah,
basis.
He should be a weatherman.
Yeah.
Well, today I wanted to let you know we have a big group over there today. We have a wonderful group cross stitching.
Awesome.
And then Luke's over there and Jake's in and out, but they have a Bernina embroidery club.
Okay.
And they're learning all kinds of new things. And while I'm on Bernina, I decided to go ahead and help Luke out with his fun event that he's planning. He's so
Okay.
excited.
He
about
was so
this.
excited he took my truck and the sunflowers and he digitized it all.
Yeah.
And he was working on it all day yesterday. He was so excited. He's figured it out. So Primitive Gatherings designs are going to be digitized for embroidery. How fun is that?
Yep.
All because of Luke, not because of me.
They have a big event in May, and we talked about it a little bit, but the first one is on May 8th. It's Savvy Sewist. This is where they're actually having the professional Bernina instructors come in and teach classes, and it's going to be at the gathering. So you can sign up for all the classes or whatever one is interesting you the most. This one is all about sewing on different couching. They're going to make an awesome pillow.
Yeah, so you do some fancy things with some couching and
Yeah.
some, looks like some bunch of other techniques.
Quilting,
Quilting, Bernina stitch regulator stuff.
and then on the
5 sewing techniques in
Yep.
this one pillow.
and then this one is learning all about their sergers.
Yeah, those
Now,
are amazing.
We have been serging. Well, I should say, Peggy's been serging our linen that we got in for cross stitch, and so I'm really liking sergers.
Yeah, it's amazing. I
Oh
want
my
to make
gosh.
my quilt jacket pretty soon.
Oh, cool! Let's do it together.
Yeah.
We have our pattern already.
Yeah, we have this pattern. I just want to make it a little bit longer, and now I have to probably adjust the size of it.
Yeah, you think? And then on May 11th, they have one too that these two deal with actually quilting on the long arms. So there's an event on the 11th, and then also again on the 12th. And this one is for the long arm also.
Yeah, so this
These
one
are
looks like
half-day
it's on
classes.
the one where you move the quilt
Right.
and then
This is on the long arm.
okay.
So we have all of these over at the gathering. We have a list. People already signed up. And
So you don't want, if you're local or you can come to this, I mean, what I mean by local, I mean that's 4 hours away ish or whatever. And if you don't want to drive home, you can always stay one night only at the gathering,
have
right?
lodging available.
We have some special rates just for one night, but you don't want to miss out. If you have a Bernina and want to learn these techniques, these are great opportunities for you to get way more out of your machine than you know. And we are never too old to learn.
Yep.
Right?
I'm 74.
I
and
know.
learn all the time.
Right. I'm
But
amazed
she's
at what
73.
73. Oh yeah, don't push it, right?
No. And then this afternoon we have a group coming in from Illinois and Minnesota.
Yeah, Sharon Zabransky. I looked on my calendar today. She's like, okay, I'm gonna come in on this day. I'm like, okay,
Yes.
Sharon, I'll be here this time. I think she was here last fall and I wasn't here.
And there are 2 other Sharons. One of them
okay.
cannot come with us.
No.
She was in a terrible automobile accident. So if you're watching, we hope you're better. And
Yes,
gonna see
we're
you
sad you couldn't come. And we are gonna do a whole live on our cross stitch once we get more charts in and show you our flosses and our linen. So that is going to be in a future live coming up. I don't know exactly when it is on our schedule, but we'll let you know.
And then we plan a special event for, we call it the summer sizzle, even though we're in spring. You know, we're always one step ahead. Well,
Try to work ahead a little bit.
Yeah. So what we've done is it's kind of like the Friday Night Lights, but this one is 2 nights. So we have 3 different ones. Summer Sizzle number 1, number 2, number 3.
All right. June 16th through the 18th, June 30th through July 2nd, and July 7th through the 9th. 3 different opportunities.
Or all 3.
Or all 3, yeah.
You'll check in at 9:30. You get your lunch and your dinner. You get to spend 2 nights. And then day 3, you're there on a Sunday, which means you get Mickey's Luscious
Brunch.
Hot brunch. Oh my God, it's so good.
Yeah.
And it's $3.50. And what that includes is all of your lodging for 2 nights, all of your food, and then I'm throwing in a special.
You're going to drag them in, huh? You're going to bribe them.
Sucking them in.
All right.
If you spend the night, and this is only for lodging now, I'm going to give each of you 3 patterns because we're going to start on our Christmas decorations. I know you're all going, no, but we have to.
All of these?
No, I have about 60 of them.
Okay, I'm showing you.
So each time you come, you get 3 patterns and they're free. And then I'm going to show you how to work on them and I'll give you more details.
And these are special because they're made, the base is an old army blanket.
Right. And then I'll have some little embellishment kits for you. So you don't have to go out and buy all these little jingle bells.
That was really nice of you, Gloria.
Well, you know, they got to get started.
Yeah, we got to get these people in.
Because
maybe you can't afford to come for
Right.
a long weekend or a whole week. So we've got these June specials, a little mini treat. Oh,
Right.
Not just June though. It was
June and July. There's
June and
3
July.
of them.
Because everybody in Wisconsin is busy on vacation and in their garden. So we got to pull you in. That's why I designed the summer block of the week. How many years
Yeah.
ago?
It's totally different than Florida. I'm like learning this all over again.
Yeah, it's a totally different way of living.
It kills
We
me.
live around the weather here.
Yes, you do. And in the summer, when I think the quilt shop should be slammed, it's everybody's in their garden.
Yeah.
Which-
Well, hopefully they'll find some time to come visit us.
Yes.
Yes.
So anyway, that's all I'm doing today.
That's all you got?
Thanks to my friend Diane Belay for hanging out with me this week.
She was a big help for you.
She helped me.
Yeah. Thank you so much. She was scrubbing carpets and
She was.
I know, right?
She does everything.
Hey, will you bring the carpet scrubber in? I'm like, oh, Nick, you know what a carpet scrubber is?
Yes.
Yes.
So anyway,
Okay.
I'll let you go.
All right.
Bye. Come and see me.
Come see Gloria. Pop up her number up there. Give her a call if you want to know anything about any of the clubs, any of the events that are going on. Speaking of which, let's talk about Sherry's class that's coming up.
Yay, Sherry.
Okay. This is so amazing. Did you only bring one or did you bring all of them?
The other ones are sitting there.
Okay.
You want all of them?
I want them. I want them all.
All right. I didn't bring the great big one.
Okay. You didn't bring.
They're
Okay. You
inside.
do
No,
this
the
one.
other one's
Alright.
huge.
All right. So this is Sherry. She works here at the shop. We love her to death. She is amazing. She's the one that won one of the big prizes at the quilt show that we'll be talking about next year's as well. But she is teaching our beginners. And you had
Yes.
your first one
I
under your
did,
belt, and
I
that was
did.
fun.
Now getting ready for the second one.
Right. So
Yeah,
if
it
you
was
need
great
some
fun.
polishing on your skills, just because it says beginning doesn't mean it's just for beginners. You will be able to learn a lot of things, even if you've been quilting for a long time, because guess what? We all do things differently.
Yep.
Right. And you may have missed some things that make your life a lot easier. So Sherry is teaching our beginners. So come and join her.
Yes, we have a quilt pattern all picked out, and I made the sample. I have to quilt it yet, but
Okay. You're doing another one, huh?
yeah,
A different one.
yeah, a different one.
Right. Now, this is not a beginner project, right?
No, you have to be pretty comfortable with your machine and have experience with zippers and understand how to attach a binding. But
So
you take your
this
time.
is going to be a series of bag classes.
Right.
All right. So I just want to show you this first one. Is this the most hardest one, you think, or no?
Probably the most time consuming because
Okay.
there's a lot of components to
All
it.
right. I just want to show you this. So one, it's pretty. It's got all this fancy stuff. These straps are like heavy duty. Like I can't even. And look at all these flaps, zippers and mesh, zipper and mesh, more zippers and mesh. I can see this filled with all of my new threads I just got.
Yeah.
Ones that don't really go in my box. And then and this vinyl seems heavy duty. That doesn't seem as wimpy as some of them. And then there's more pockets there. And guess what? It all zips up. So you can't lose anything. Now, do you know why I want this?
It has a lot of storage.
Yes.
And those pages actually come out. They're just held
Oh,
in
you
there
can-
with the Velcro
Oh,
strips.
so you can move them in and out when
can
you want to
take
do
them-
something.
Yep.
And look at this nice long strap. Off we go.
Yeah.
Cool. So neat. What is this one called?
Carries a lot? Carries it all?
I think so.
Carries a lot?
Something like
It's
that.
fine.
All right. So
It's
this
a
will
by
be one
Annie
of the
pattern.
classes. These are all from by Annie.
Yeah.
All right. Show us yours.
This is a duffel. This is not a by Annie pattern, and it's a pretty simple one. There aren't any interior pockets at all. It has the binding on the inside of this one, 2 end pockets on the outside, and just some nice handles.
So is this one first? Which one are you doing
This
first?
one I think we're doing first.
Okay.
It's scheduled for May 30th through June 1st. It's a 3-day class.
And then what's this?
I can't remember the name of it. I didn't know we were going to talk about this one.
I didn't know either.
This is a by Annie also. This has a couple of mesh pockets on the inside, no pockets on the outside, but would be really good for taking your rulers and your scissors, small rulers, threads, things like
Makeup.
that. Yeah, you could use it as a makeup case.
Because those little ones aren't enough for me.
And this is just a separate by Annie free pattern.
Okay.
It was the first one that I thought I'd try before I made those pockets. It's very similar. So
That's like a good beginner and like
Yeah.
how to put those bindings on, right?
yeah,
Through that,
through the curves.
through that vinyl.
Yes.
So do you have to up your needle size when you make these
I
bags?
didn't. I
You
put
did it.
I had a needle on and I could tell it was starting to get dull and I bent it.
So what size do you normally quilt with?
I think I
patchwork?
had an 80 or a 90.
Okay, so
on
that's
it.
why, yeah.
And then I
Because
thought I was
I'm
going to try
70.
jeans,
Okay.
and that actually didn't work as well. It seemed like it just had a harder time.
A G needle.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I went back to the other one.
Awesome.
You usually use a 70.
I piece with a 70.
Okay.
I don't know why. I just always
Yeah.
what I learned, but
So these are quilted, and they have instructions in the pattern. You can either cut pieces per the size and then quilt them individually if you're going to do them like on your domestic machine.
and sometimes you can just do straight lines.
Yes. And on the first one, I did a crosshatch.
Mhm.
But then they also show you, and that's the soft and stable. It's like a foam, but it's really sturdy.
It's a fabric though.
It is.
Yeah. It feels like a fabric.
And it sews through very easily.
So that's what's in some of these things?
Yep, it's in all of them.
Okay.
And it gives them some
All right. You were
sturdiness.
saying something else before I picked that up.
Oh, you can either cut the pieces to size and quilt them on your domestic, or you can buy yardage and have it long armed, which
Okay.
is what I did. I
Okay.
did it all on my long arm first.
Sweet. So Sherry will be teaching a number of bags around here. So look for that also on our gathering events, right? And like I said, we are this close with that new website. It's coming. So it's going to be so awesome. I keep talking about it, but this is so you can mesh colors.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll keep that in the shop in case people come in and want to know what different color options go with their different fabrics. You can kind of audition it on top of your fabric to see if you like it. So,
Oh, so much fun stuff.
yeah.
And I just love it that everything matched. Like you pick out your signature fabric and then you go for it. Right?
Right.
Awesome.
Although
you
I
are
don't-
so
I
talented.
don't want to make another.
And if this one
bag
goes
of
missing,
this. Well,
I have
to
it. I'm
make
just telling you right now.
one more.
If this one disappears,
We'll find you.
I'll know where
and if
to
you're
look.
wondering what this fabric is, this is from Lindsay McCraw. It's that Freya or no,
Yeah.
what was it called, Jess?
It was something for Freya. Something
Freya, flowers for Freya.
Yeah, that's
And then there was a couple other ones. Flower garden, flower sack, flower something. But I love those colors. Those are really, really nice.
they're fun.
All right.
Nice
Thank you
and
so
bright.
much, Sherry.
You're welcome.
We love it. We love that we're having so many new things here. So now, last live, we talked about the new knitter that we have, and I'm going to meet her today. I'm super excited about that. I always want to learn things to get better at this business so we can serve you much better. All right, Gloria, do you have anything else for me? No?
No.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about the red and white quilt show. We loved our red and white quilt show. So we need to do it bigger and better for red, white, and green quilt show. So we need you to get your orders in to sign up for that. That is on our website under, where is it, Jess? Is it under Live with Lisa?
It's new and under Luck Lisa.
2 spots? Okay. So 2 spots under New or Live with Lisa is where you can find your official rules and all the information. But we are working on prizes for this, and we have some great prizes for our quilt show. So don't forget about this, okay? I want to see the gathering filled with your beautiful, beautiful quilts. Share them with everybody and make that retreat house look like Christmas during our Primitive Christmas. So you can come see your quilt while you're here for Primitive Christmas. All right, I need a drink. They love your bags, Sherry. All right. She left? Oh, I'm talking to nobody.
She had to go to work.
Yes, she has to go to work. Okay. Now, next up, let's talk about a couple of the upcoming things that are coming in soon. One of the things that is coming up is Black Star Farms. And I know a couple of people are wondering when that is going to start. So Jessica put up a little thing for me. She says that the paid in full are going to go out the first week in April. We had to push this back just a little bit. And then we are waiting in April, waiting for a free pattern or monthly subscription. Okay.
For those that are going to do the subscription.
Okay. So those of you who have paid in full, your whole kit's going to go out and you're going to get the pattern then. We, however, are going to run this monthly as well, and we are going to ship the monthly people at the end of the month because we're waiting for our website and it's going to be up by then. And we don't want all these people to sign up on our old website for monthly kits. We want them to sign up on our new one. So that's why we have to push it back. But to reward the people who paid in full, you're going to get your pattern a couple weeks early before everybody else does. So thank you for purchasing full kits for that. All right. All right. I already talked about the red and green quilt show that's on there. And we will go more in depth over Black Star Farm as well. And then here's another quilt along that's coming up. This is a preview to the announcement that we are going to make. So Twilight Stars is going to be our featured project for rustic gatherings. And I don't know if Kaylee has an overlay of rustic gatherings. There you go. All I could find was a layer cake, but these are the Twilight Stars. Right, here we go. There we go. I have done 5 of them already. So you see what's happening in each one? You are going to master some more triangles, right? I got you not afraid with Oh Say Can You Sew. All right, just a little bit more information about this one. We are going to run this in 3 different sizes. So 4-inch, 8-inch, and 12-inch. And then depending on what size triangles you pick is going to determine what size quilt you're going to make. And we have figured out several different sizes of quilts, several different sizes of blocks. And like if you're going to pick the 12-inch block, the most blocks I think you are going to make is like 32 or 34, because you're going to have a big quilt because the blocks are 12-inch, they're on point. And don't be afraid of these on point settings. I'm going to walk you through on point settings so you're not afraid of that. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of triangles. I'm going to make a t-shirt that says, I'm not afraid of no triangle. And you are going to join the triangle club. All right, so look for this. Also, I want to point out that I did use rustic, and I also am going to use Spellbound by Sweetfire Road. Jackie's got a fabric line where the colors are very similar to mine, and that will give me probably 15 more fabrics to use. And if I double the fabrics, that means 30 more blocks if I use her fabrics versus just using my 30 prints. So I have 30 prints. She'll have 15. That's 45 prints. Most of them you'll only use twice, and you'll be able to do this with fat ace or fat quarters, depending on what blocks you're going to make. And then I only use one background. So you could scrappy up the background, but I think it really looks good if we have one space where your eyes rest, and that's that background. And you will see the finished quilt at some point too as well. Like I said, this is just a very, very quick view of what's coming. So if you didn't order this, I suggest you order those either fat ace or fat quarters of rustic and Spellbound. They are both on our site. They are not on sale anymore, so you missed that.
Spellbound will be up by later today.
What was?
Spellbound will be up later today.
All right, Jess said she'll get Spellbound out. I think I surprised her with that one, or she just forgot about it. No big deal. But that will be up there for you to order. It will be coming in May, and we will start this in June. But like I said, just a quick preview. You want to come say hi, or what's up with you? No? Okay. Nick just walked in. That's all. Just walked in. Okay. All right. Then we are super close to having both of our subscription boxes full. Now, you would just make my heart happy if those were all filled up and I didn't have to pitch them anymore. So help me pitch them. If you got one, show your friends. Talk about it at your quilt guild. Show all the people what they're getting in these boxes. So to give you a quick preview, I'm just going to show you the projects that were in the last wool box first. All right, so we have our ongoing project on there, and I did bring it. So here was block 1. So this is in the January box. And if you do join this, yes, you still can get January's box. So not very much longer, but here's the first block. And because you're so awesome, I'm going to give you a peek of the whole block of block 2. This one just shipped out our door. So this is the block that you are going to be working on for March. Okay, so that's our ongoing 2-year project in our wool subscription box. And this one had, let me see, where's this paper? This one had the ongoing 2-year project, and then it has an ongoing 1-year project. Do you have that overlay, or do you want me just to talk about it? They are just like scrappy melons. So that's an ongoing 1-year project. And then it also had a book of crazy stitches in this box. And then it had this quilt here. So this is wool and stitchery. And then it also had this cute pincushion in. Okay. And of course, caramel. So that was box 1 in January. And a few spots left. Now onto the quilt box. So the first quilt box went out in February, and I'm going to show you the projects in there. So that has an ongoing project, which just was half square triangles. So I'm not going to show you anything about the 1-year ongoing project that replaced Revel. You remember last year's project called Revel? This one is called Carousel. And the first month was just all half square triangles that you didn't do anything with. So you're not far behind if you join in now. And then it also comes with a cross stitch pattern that Katie is making. So you're going to have 12 of these at the end. Well, you'll have 6 if you just join now, but these were in last year as well. So she's going to round out all the seasons and holidays with these 6 more. So it comes with a little cross stitch. And then it came with this cute little quilt called Bright Spot. So this was a mini charm, and then you picked your background. And some of the quilters did theirs with a pink background, a blue background, a gray one. Anything that you can imagine or that goes with your home and your style, that's what you should do. And this little quilt, kind of a scrappy little one featuring a Coriander fabric line. That was a charm pack in there. And again, you just put in the background. It also had a tube of binding noodles. I'm hungry. No, binding needles and this binding keeper. So this keeps your binding after you've made it and while your quilt may be gone quilting. It has a little hole in it so you can hang it up somewhere or keep it right on the hanger with the quilt. So that, along with Carmel's, was the quilt box. These are the quilt box is 30% off. The wool box is 40% off of regular retail pricing. So you're getting a great deal. And we are this close to filling up those boxes. So please help us out to get those subscriptions full. Okay, where are we now? Are we ready for spring stuff? Any questions? Let's take a few questions. Any questions so far at all? Have you been answering them or?
We have a question on whether or not we are going to Houston this year.
Okay. The question is, are we going to go to Houston? I don't know. I haven't made my decision yet. Maybe, maybe not. Tell us why we should go. Tell me why we should stay home. Oh, okay.
And then how is the website coming? The new website.
So the website is getting close. All right. We, for sure, by what? What did you say? What did he say?
He was supposed to tell us today.
Today.
Tomorrow
We have a meeting and he's going to give us a definite line when we're going to be using that website. Or we're going to like pin them to the board like this. All right, because we need our website. It's going to be so much easier. We picked a color scheme for it the other day. All right.
Here's a question.
Okay.
What are binding needles?
Oh, what are binding needles? So isn't that a great question? What are binding needles? So there's a lot of people that don't like binding quilts. And I think it's because they use whatever's in their pincushion. They don't have a binding needle. So we have made this needle specifically for binding your quilts. It's long, it's sturdy, it will not bend, but it is fine, but it doesn't bend like a straw needle will. It also has a nice eye for threading. You should be using quilting thread when you bind. So that's why I say it's easy to thread quilting thread, because it's not like Orifil 50 weight. It's like coated. So it's a little bit stiffer to thread your binding needle. So all those things, it just fits nicely when you're stitching. So if you haven't stitched with a binding needle, stitch with a binding needle and you might miraculously love binding. But I know a lot of people use them for other things as well too. So they really love this needle. I live near Houston. You should go. I know, right? We have some issues with trailers. Our trailers are old, or, some of those things. We'd have to probably buy a brand new trailer just to go. So we wouldn't make any money this year if we didn't. But those are some of the things. We could rent a truck. We'll see. We'll figure it out. We'll see if it's worth going. If enough of you tell us we should go, maybe we'll go. There's not a single quilt show that is not better if you are there. I missed you at Road to California. I know the quilt shows are, it's just a matter of getting there and hauling all. And we really don't, it's a lot of expense. It's a lot of expense. So think about that. You're old? Nick says he's old and he can't push those things in there anymore. So
Karen says she has a trailer for sale.
A trailer for sale? Is it really big? We have a couple little ones. Are you going to talk with us today?
Yeah.
Okay, come on. Good time to come in.
Hold on, give me 1 minute. I forgot my embroidery project.
Oh, you forgot your embroidery project. All right. Okay. All right, let me see if I can read a couple more comments while he's doing that. When you do wool, do you have wool needle cases either already made or kits for them? Do you have wool needle cases? Like little things like this? Needle case for your little wool applique needles? If that is what you're looking for. Yes, we do. Yeah, I'll show you those in a minute. Let's see. It's a ton of work to vend at quilt shows. Yes, when we are not spring chickens anymore. All right, Geranium Pillow is so pretty. Yep, we're going to be talking about all the spring stuff in a minute. Hello, Kelly.
Read the question on the screen.
Lisa, what quilting thread do you use for binding? I don't care. I use Gutermann or there's a, what's the one with the YLI with the wood spools? Yeah, those are the two that I have. So I have Gutermann and the YLI, and that one is on a old wood spool, and we have those in the shop. So I don't think we have Gutermann here, but those are from my hand quilting days.
You had one earlier. They wanted to know what is the sewing notion you can't live without.
The sewing notion I can't live without. There's a lot of them I can't live without. No, not my life. Well, maybe. That's a good question. There's a lot of them. I really can't, but I don't have a lot of notions, but the ones I do, I love. So like when you look at what I use for wool applique or what I use for quilting, and we will be going through those again. I don't have a ton of them, but like I said, I'm in love with every one of them that I need. And I don't function well out of my element without them. So even my own rulers, like I will not use any different ruler because I just don't want to, and I don't like them, and I am so used to mine, and I don't like rulers with 1/2 inches on them.
They can watch the blog for your favorite things.
Yeah.
That are going to be
Yep.
coming up.
So our blog is going to get revamped along with the website too, and hopefully we'll be able to search more things on our blog because I have been blogging since 2008. So that's a lot of blog posts. And now I have help. And if you haven't figured that out, Miss Heidi is in charge of that. And she's doing an amazing job helping me do that more on a consistent basis. Just getting you more information. So the last blog post that was out there is about the wool subscription boxes. And if you want to go there and read about the people who are in it and some of the comments that they made, all of a sudden last night, just before I was going to bed, all of a sudden I got all these, comments. I'm like, what are all these comments from? Well, here they were all from the blog. So read about what people think about the subscription boxes, whether you're interested in wool or the quilt one. Okay. No Luke yet? All right.
Hey, so I got asked if I can
Get over here. If you're going to talk, come on.
Oh,
They want to hear you.
I want to see your knees.
God. Once again, I have holes in my jeans. What I do. I got asked before the show started.
From who?
Irene, I think her name was. I can't remember.
Somebody in the shop or what?
No, someone on the thing.
Oh, okay.
If I was gonna do a live, just me.
On what? What do you want Nick to do a live on?
What do you want to know?
Irene? Sure, you can do a live anytime you want. Does that mean I get the day off then?
When was the last time you took a full day off?
I do it once in a while.
Not very often.
I do it
Without-
once in a while.
How about this? When was the last time
Yeah.
you took a day off without looking at your phone
Never.
or answering emails?
Never. So it's part of my everyday life. So what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Doesn't mean I don't like it. Okay.
Am I done?
Any other questions for Nick?
There were no questions for me.
How often should you switch needles? When you lose it.
Good answer.
Your
I think she
favorite.
might have meant on the sewing machine.
Oh,
Hey, your
every quilt project.
favorite thing to use is your chair. You love your chair out there.
I like my old chair better than my new chair. So when we built the gathering, I had 2 chairs at my studio at home, and then they matched the chairs that were at the gathering. So I lost my chairs at home because now they live at the gathering and match the ones there. But I love those chairs. And now I have this really expensive leather chair that it's okay, but I really love the old chair better.
Jackson, I
Yeah.
like to sit in that in the morning.
I know, paid way too much money for. I could have had 8 chairs for what I paid for those chairs.
You don't have room for 8 chairs.
I know. Okay. All right. So let us know in the comment section what you want Nick to do a live on, and he will get that. He'll get working on that.
A day in the life of Nick.
A day in the life of Nick.
You're looking at it. This is it.
All right, go away now.
He just
Okay.
sits around.
All right,
Walks around.
Luke, come and tell us what you've been working on.
Oh, hello everybody. I feel like I just did like a wind sprint.
Yeah, where'd you go?
So I had to run over to the gathering. Right now we have my first meeting of the new embroidery group over at the gathering today. So it's going really, really well. We're learning a lot. So what we did is, or what we are doing, what we're in the process of doing.
What you are figuring out.
Yes, figuring out. And you're going to show. I brought proof.
All right, so
Okay.
I'll show this one.
So Kaylee, zoom in, but don't zoom in too close because some people might throw up a little bit in their mouth. But okay. So this right here, you got to really zoom in.
I can't.
You can't?
Nope.
Bring that in. We got the limited live setup today here. Okay, so what you're looking at, this might look familiar to some of you people out
Is it
there.
clear?
If you remember the people who place orders on the website, this was one of the stickers that you guys got. Okay, and what I'm doing is I'm in the process of learning how to take some of my mom's favorite designs and turn them into embroidery files that we can run on our machines. So this right here is the first rendition, and this is pretty bad. And I wanted to kind of show you guys what we're doing here. So what I learned is this was too small. It was using the larger satin stitches. I had to play around with it a bit or whatever. And then we got to this one. This is the second rendition right here. Again, this is going to be like a horrible day to do this, isn't this?
There you go.
Okay. So here, let me see. If you can see this. No lighting.
Turn it towards the window. Turn it towards the window.
There we go. Okay, there we go. So this is a little bit better, but we again had a few things we needed to edit. The fill wasn't right on the tailgate, and again in the sunflowers there were some stitches that were longer. Long story short, it wasn't very good. So this last one right here is much, much better. Okay, again, much, much larger. And what we did is I made some final edits to this one. And I got a really cool decorative stitch on the bumper that I added. Again, I wasn't happy with the font, but it was much better. And now I want to say 6 or 7 people downstairs that all got this file for free.
This is amazing.
Yes, this is amazing. This was, trust me, I know that probably didn't look great. And you guys are like, okay, get to the point, dude. But okay. So anyways, so this is Katrina. She's the head of our group, right?
Uh-huh.
This is our final rendition of this truck. And it
Go
is
closer.
just beautiful.
Yeah,
here.
he's got some threads to clip, but
The lighting.
just
No,
turn.
yeah.
Towards the- no,
turn.
Don't move that.
There you go. There you go.
Can you tell him how long it took?
Oh, so they started this morning and it's noon. So, and this is a pretty big design, and it's I want to say there's 1 million stitches in this design. It's larger. Can I get closer? But it's beautiful. The stitching turned out beautiful.
And that's their last name on the truck.
Yep, this is Katrina. Yep.
So you can customize whatever you want to do. Huh? You can make the flowers any color. You can do all that kind of stuff.
So this is kind of the deal, and this is some exciting news. So what the program or what the plan is going to be, if you're interested in the embroidery stuff, embroidery machines, you should really come and join our group. So how it works is everybody who came gets this file for free. And then what that does is it allows me to see how a variety of different machines. So we had a few older machines. We had a few 5 series machines. I learned a little bit about how these scale, and it allows me to test it, because what we want to do is make these embroidery files available to all of you everywhere, right? So if you want to come and be a part of our little club, it's exciting. It benefits you. You get kind of the cutting edge stuff. I get a chance to see how it stitches out, so I can, do my due diligence and make sure that it works on a variety of machines. And then we're going to offer it to everybody.
So what does it cost to come to the club? Is it just like
Yeah, so it's the same as our Bernina Social. I want to say it's $25 with lunch at the gathering. And it's a lot of fun. It's a great group of ladies. I mean, you can come and I mean, you can work on your own project. I mean, if you don't like this, you don't have to do it. If you like
Who
it.
doesn't like that?
I was really happy with it. Honestly.
Is there a reason why you put it on the flannel?
Well, I just wanted to make a pillow out of mine. That's what I wanted to do. But
okay. I'm just asking.
So what I want to do is kind of make embroidery machines cool for people who are fans of you and your stuff.
Okay.
That's my goal, right? So, when I first got into it, embroidery machines to me was like, oh, your 50th anniversary pillows and all this stuff is kind of boring and lame.
Yeah.
But now I took essentially a sticker, thanks to Terry, I should say, thanks to Terry too. She worked with me. She's our
graphic designer.
Yeah, so she gave me the vector file that she used for the sticker that allowed me to do this.
Which is what I'm learning right now, Adobe Illustrator.
So we're going to have a lot of really great stuff. We're going to have a lot of great stuff for all of you people. If you are interested in embroidery, stay tuned. I mean, a lot of stuff now. Everywhere I look at my mom's designs, everywhere I wonder, if you have, arthritis really bad, if you are just not a handwork fan, how can you make some of this stuff, using your machine?
Right. So
we did the Valdani video with Barb on how to do the blanket stitch with the machine. And now, we went from this to this.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I was pretty impressed that you just kept working on this all day yesterday.
It took me about 2.5 days, honestly, and it was not.
Is that why Jake was giving you the stink eye?
For this.
Woohoo! We have a super chat, $9.99. Awesome.
Isn't there supposed to be a question though?
Oh no!
The super
What was her?
super chat?
Show me back. I didn't get her name. Montana
Cat.
Thank you.
Cloth. Yes, thank you so much. Awesome.
So, the final goal with this would be for me is if, your summer block of the weeks or those types of things, these big projects.
You could digitize one.
I think it would be really cool if we digitized those blocks and we had that. So that's the end goal.
All right. We'll work on it.
What is this? See everywhere.
I know,
Everywhere.
right?
All right. I'll let you go.
Okay.
Thank you,
Luke.
everybody.
All right. Whew. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Okay. So now let's get to the spring stuff. So what I'm going to show you next is a bunch of items that the girls have pulled that mean spring to them, or when they see them, they think spring. All right. So let's talk about the first quilt behind me. Spring is in June, right? So we need to have this ready for Memorial Day, for Flag Day, and for 4th of July. I love this pattern. I think it's great for showing off fabrics that you don't want to cut up too small. The pattern is called Lofty. And it is made here with is this Sweetwater or Bunny Hill?
Stateside, Sweetwater.
Sweetwater Stateside, it's called. Oh, there it is. Stateside by Sweetwater Fabrics. It is Moda Fabrics, and they are red, white, and blue. So you can make this easy quilt for someone, for a picnic, for your grandkids to eat their peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on, because look, it's not that hard. And you can make it several sizes. I believe it was, I don't want to, 4 sizes: crib, throw, twin, and queen. 4 different sizes, and it depends on how many fat quarters you have: 9, 15, 24, and 30. And we all know we have a bunch of fat quarters at home, so you can reuse this pattern as well. But if you don't have a big collection of fabric at home, you can get this kit. Comes in this cute bag, and it is $95 for the kit and pattern. And we have them all ready to ship out. for you. So that is one of the items. And then let's go on to some of the wool items, or let's just do, is there any other item besides the quilt and this bundle that are fabric? Anybody know?
Sorry.
Anything else?
No.
Besides the quilt and this that are fabric, or is the rest wool?
The rest is well.
All right, so 2 items for quilters, and that is this bundle of kitchen window wovens from Elizabeth Hartman. It's just beautifully colored in spring and bright pieces. And guess what? It would be awesome with the lofty pattern as well. So this is going to be coming. Remember when we all used to make yellow brick road because we love the fabric line and we just want to just use all the fabrics in the line? Well, this is the new one because this is even way easier than yellow brick road. All right, so let me do some of the wool projects that the girls have picked. New Beginnings is a pincushion. I think Kaylee has overlays for everything, so you won't be able to, you'll see how the size of it while I hold it, and then Kaylee has it up on your screen now. This is such a cute pincushion. Now, I put sand in my pincushions. I don't know if you know that. So many other people use other things like walnut shells and pet litter and all that kind of stuff. I like sand. I like them really heavy. Then we have this needle case set called Geranium Sewing Essentials. So this is too big of scissors for this. You need an embroidery scissors for it, but this is where you keep your needles and threads.
No overlay.
No overlay? All right. And then your little scissors. And look, I got a little pocket in there for your needle threader to help you thread your pearl cotton. So there we have that. And then we have another sewing essentials. I don't know the name of this one.
Wool penny sewing needful.
All right, there she is. Wool penny sewing needful things. Can we put any more words in that one? So obviously the bird and the base is a pincushion. Then we have the needle case here. So you can see that where you can store your 2-size needles. All right. And then we have the scissor case that will fit this scissors. So it'll fit the bigger scissors. And then it has a little thing for your tweezers, because when you work with wool, you need your tweezers and then you need your needle threader. So 3 different pockets in this one for the penny sewing needful things.
Question.
Yes.
And they're all separate, right? They're not actually put together.
Yeah, they're just held together by pins so I don't lose them. All right. So we just have them hanging here together, but they are 3 separate projects in the one pattern. All right. We have Daffodil Dance, which is a fun runner. We have it shown here on black, but you sure could put this on a lighter color. Trying to get the light. There we go. I love daffodils. I can't wait till mine peak up. They're not even, the tulips in one of my beds are starting to poke up, but I see no daffodils yet. How about you? I know across the country, you probably have, some of you probably even have tulips up. Geraniums won't be coming for a while, but we'll be going to the greenhouse to buy ours. Most of us buy a lot of our plants from the greenhouse here, that they start them for us. But this is called Potted Geranium Pillow, and it has a kit and pattern with it. The pattern is 9 and the kit and pattern is 55. And this is a nice size pillow for you. All right, did those. Okay. Birds of a Feather. 16-inch penny mat here. You can kind of see the difference when it's lit up by the Kaylee's photography. That's where you put your little vase of tulips. I sent Nick to the grocery store. I'm like, can you buy me some tulips? They didn't have any. So he bought me roses, and they still look good. And I only let him buy them for me from the grocery store. For obvious reasons, right? All right, this one is called Nesting Time. So you see a close-up there of the baby birds coming out of the nest and mama and daddy feeding them. So fun to stitch all these. All right, blue hydrangea is next. This one is super easy. This is for sure a weekend one. You'll get this done in a weekend. Beautiful colors on those blue hydrangeas. Another bird one called Songbird, so more colorful here on the hand-dyed modeled background. Tulip basket on a light background. This is one of my favorites right here. And it drives me nuts when they put the pin right in the middle of it. Okay. How fun is this? Jar of flowers. I could see a row of them too. With all different, maybe in a wool box, okay? A row of ball jars. That would suck up a lot, maybe only one project. All right. Okay. Those are the spring projects that we haven't featured for a while or that were previous.
Did you do the pillow behind you? Mm-hmm.
Yep, I did the pillow.
Okay.
Anything else that I need to talk about? Okay. You're right around an hour. Perfect timing. I'm going to pick some prizes.
The caramel bags that we don't have.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, Jess. Okay. Pop up that little. Jess has caramels on our website for sale for a ½ pound of caramels for $9.50. And they're going to come in those cute little bunny bags. Obviously, they didn't come or we would have had them here for you. So next week, we will show you them live. We still have a couple weeks for Easter. So if your honey or your hubby or whoever it is that are stealing your caramels out of your wool box or your quilt box people only get 2, wool box people get 4. So if you need an extra stash of them, $9.50 for a ½ pound. That's all we can fit in that bag, right? That's why I figure she's not selling pounds. But we do have pound bags available as well if you want. But if you want the cute little bunny bags with the ears, I want one for Jason Owie. Okay, any other questions before I sign off and get stitching today?
Can Kaylee talk
Oh my God, bunnies and caramels, the best.
Can Kaylee talk about what a super chat is?
No, I can't.
No, why not?
You can. You know all about it.
I don't really know. So super chat is you giving us a gift for what we do for you. So if we bring you lots of inspiration and you want to see us keep going and you want to support us so I can keep buying Kaylee, what kind of new lens do you want now?
I want a macro.
A macro. Kaylee wants a new macro lens. So these little super chat things help us buy equipment, better lighting, better sound. We're always looking to improve this for you. But, it's not always feasible. We have to sell a lot of fat quarters to buy some of these things that aren't always in the budget. Like Scotty needs a dust collector for his things before he comes back. It's $5,000, people. All right. So I want to work on our garden out there. And I can't because we don't have any extra money for that unless I throw in my own. So lots of things cost money, but we're trying our best to keep doing what we can. But we really, really, really appreciate those super chats that you give us. It's a direct.
It's at the bottom of their screen in the chat.
So when you see maybe Kaylee can do a video on how to do it. She's
try.
like,
I can try.
She said she'll try. But just Google super chat and maybe there'll be a video out there in the web on how to do it. But somewhere on this screen is a place for you to do it. Okay? I know we're really should have that, but it's not what we're all about. Yeah, come on, Heidi Kin. All right.
Can you see it?
All right, focus.
Where are we? Right here. Oh, someone just gave us one.
Woohoo! We got
Ronnie.
another one.
Thanks, Ronnie.
Ronnie Hunt, you are the best.
Point to it.
Now, I'm not begging here. I don't want to
No.
think that you have to do this, all right? But if
Yeah.
you appreciate what we do and want us to be able to do some fun stuff, we love the super chats. And when we do memberships, you guys who who in the membership are going to get special little perks as well.
Get some of that for fishing.
No, Nick, no super chats for fishing lures. You have to do your own page and your own website, and you know what? And then maybe I don't have to work so hard. You could be selling fishing lures
And snow shovels.
and snow shovels
Yeah, someone wants some.
and brushes to brush off all the ladies' cars.
Yes.
When all the ladies stay here, Nick goes and brushes off the snow on their cars and moves them around so he can plow.
It's
Isn't it?
what we do here.
It's what we do here, he said.
Take care of our customers.
All right. Y'all ready for some winners? Now, you know, I just have some patterns here and some stickers, but you know, Heidi throws some caramels in and some other things from her goodie bags. And thanks for posting those on our Stitch with Lisa Bongean group when you get one. We love seeing what you win. It would be really nice, though, if you take a picture of you and your stuff so we can see who's getting our fabulous prizes. We want to know you. You get to see us. We want to see you. It's all about being interactive, right? Patty O'Donnell, you are one winner. Terry Maltese, you are winner number 2. And Robin Good, you are our winner of today's prizes. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out with us today. Please give us any suggestions of things you want to see or what Nick's live should be about. He's here going to be taking notes. Right. All right. All right. That's it for today. Go and stitch sometime today. Bye, everyone.